Listen up, role-playing fans. Listen up, action fans. Listen up, game fans. A clear-cut contender for Game of the Year has emerged, and its name is Mass Effect.
I like your attitude.
This deep space soap opera takes the character creation system of Knights of the Old Republic and refines it to a ridiculous degree.
Unbelievable.
But it's not all about looks. You can also select from a variety of different backstories. So if you choose to play as an Earthborn male who has no record of his family, the game adjusts accordingly.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
They've also made big changes to the dialogue system. Before, you'd always choose from 3 exact quotes for your character to recite. In Mass Effect, however, you simply pick your intent. So, for example, if you choose the option that says you're overreacting, your character might actually speak,
You always expect the worst.
The labyrinthine storyline starts like many a space opera. You're quietly working on your ship when you get the call that researchers have uncovered a mysterious beacon.
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation.
Of course, when you go to check it out, you encounter hostile aliens faster than you can say, "What the hell are those?"
What the hell are those?
And it isn't long before your buddy gets the old alien energy spike through the chest routine. Ow. From there, you're out to uncover the reason behind the intergalactic arms race, and along the way, you'll gather a motley crew of blushy-skinned friends.
I came on my own.
What's cool is that you can really change the course of the game. So if you want to whack someone in the head, well, now you can.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
Well, actually, I can.
I suppose you're right.
That's the spirit. But as if that weren't enough, the combat in Mass Effect is a sweet ambrosia that even the most cynical gamer will fall in love with. It can be played fully in real time, or you can set it up so that the action pauses to allow you to choose your party's moves each turn. Of course, we'd be lying if we said it's always easy.
Not much margin for error.
If you don't know how best to use your character's abilities, you might wind up getting so frustrated you find a Mass Effect in the back of your pants.
It's always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie.
The art direction is top-notch. If we had any complaint, it would be that you can sometimes hit noticeable frame rate jitters. But that's a total nitpick. The world of Mass Effect is a gorgeous, fully realized place that you'll never get sick of exploring.
Big place.
We really can't say enough good things about this game. From the moment Mass Effect starts, you feel like you're in the hands of a master storyteller, and that sensation never lets up.
That is not inaccurate.
Go to the store right now and buy this game. But leave your TV on, especially if you have a Nielsen box.
When your number comes up, it's over.
That number, my friends, is a 5 out of 5.
There are no small cogs in business. I think it was the human Spork Spear that said, all the world's a hollow stage, and all the people are just tiny actors.
We protect the Citadel from legal repercussions resulting from the Spectres' actions. Well, if the Spectres targeted your wife... No. I'm not saying that your wife was a terrorist. I'm just saying if they did... I bet raising 9 kids is going to...
Look, buddy, your wife had it coming. Have a nice day. Never show them weakness.
Today's Secretary's Day, so I got Ashley this mug. It says Galaxy's Best Secretary. Oh, and I'm going to overthrow the Council and declare myself Overlord of the Alliance. And then take Ashley as my egg queen. Which isn't as gross as it sounds.
So what do you think he's got planned for you this Secretary's Day?
I have no idea. It's got to be better than last year.
Come on, Ash! Open the box! Open it, Ash! Open it! Open it! Open the box!
I got your IM. What's up?
I need your help, Dwayne. Today, I plan on overthrowing the Council.
Yes, perfect.
Citadel, how may I direct your call?
The Council, please.
I'm sorry, the Council isn't available today. You're gonna have to call back on Monday and make an appointment.
No. So, things didn't go quite as planned for Secretary's Day. Big deal. Everything is still very Raven. I'm not worried. Gifts always smooth things over with the boss lady.
You know, one of the bigger news events of the week that just keeps growing has been the reaction to Fox News' coverage of the well-documented sex scene that can occur within BioWare's Mass Effect. Apparently, it was Martin Luther King Day, and no longer satisfied with live shots from Atlanta, Fox News decided to debate the most important issue of the day, the corrupting influence of an act of virtual intimacy in a game intended for adults and available since late November. The ensuing spectacle was nothing short of an act of journalistic prurience, where a litany of falsehoods about the game were detailed by the anchor and, quote, psychology expert Cooper Lawrence, who happily admitted to never playing the game herself. The only empirical expert to contradict these claims was Jeff Keighley, who was not only patronized, but wasn't even afforded the simple courtesy of equal time to set the record straight. Although when he did get a word in edgewise, it only served to illustrate the stunning purposelessness of the situation. And I might add, he did it with far more composure than I can drum up when confronted with the insipid ramblings of self-serving demagogues. Of significant note was EA's unequivocal response in defense of the game and demands that Fox News set the record straight. As of this taping, Fox has not retracted the misstated facts, but only offered time to Electronic Arts on one of their shows. No correction, but only an effort to get more mileage out of the situation. We contacted EA, who told us, quote, typically Fox gets it. They cover games and we invite the people to our events. This one went south when they invited an expert who knows nothing about games but is willing to say anything to promote a book, end quote. It is becoming distressingly common in this day and age that discussions about culture are hijacked by politicians and the media only to simplify their meaning and lock out legitimate voices. Lucky for me, I have a television show, and taking a cue from Fox News' indisputable integrity, I have this to say to Mrs. Lawrence. I haven't read your book, but it completely sucks. I, for one, feel that it should be kept out of the hands of impressionable young women who fear that they, too, might develop into the appalling simpleton that you have demonstrated yourself to be. But then again, Rupert Murdoch wouldn't have it any other way. Last year, Mass Effect introduced Xbox 360 users to an amazingly crafted and immersive world. Now, 6 months later, PC users will finally get their chance with Mass Effect for the PC.
The console is just going to love this.
Although, certain flaws still remain. These, however, are easily overlookable because aside from some positive changes, this is still the same amazing title.
Looks like you have a fan.
Okay, I know some of you are groaning right now, figuring that, what with the time between these two releases, there is sure to be some new content. Planets, missions, characters, anything.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now.
Well, there's not.
I don't like being lied to.
Here you'll find the same great pick-a-pass storyline, only this time with enhanced graphics and a new control scheme that utilizes the capabilities PCs offer over home consoles.
Stupid machine!
The addition of mouse and keyboard usability allows players to more easily access inventory, as well as improving targeting. While assigning hotkeys makes accessing biotics easier than a $2 Asari.
How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
This version also better enables your backup to actually back you up, as you can give each squad member individual orders, leaving the weak to fall back and the strong to do what they do best.
I don't leave jobs half done.
Also receiving a tweak are the Mako steering controls. No longer camera dependent this time, you'll actually be able to make it go where you want it to with relative ease. I said relative ease.
Get to the point.
The bottom line is that this is the same amazing game with some noticeable improvements. We can give it no less than that which came before it. Mass Effect for the PC gets a 5 out of 5.
You don't want to cheat. Bonus stage.
You the one in charge here, sir?
Give me a status report, Williams.
There's no I in team. Unless you're the one controlling everybody, then it's all about you playing me on your PC, okay? If you're new to being a Spectre in the year 2183, here is the perfect way to choose and tweak your modded squad. There are 2 people that will best balance out and be complementary to your soldier, Commander Shepard. First is Erdnot Rex. And second is Talizora Naraya.
My name is Tali.
Now that your veritable dream team is assembled, it's time to learn how to keep them playing at their peak performance. Throughout the game, points are awarded. These points are used to up the character's abilities. As you raise the level of certain traits, more abilities will be available to you. So here's what you should do for each of your team members. There's Shepard, whose primary skills are in heavy combat. Points for him should be focused on leveling up his assault rifles, which can become more powerful and even more accurate as you progress. Then, towards assault training and fitness, which will allow you to react quicker and eventually achieve temporary invulnerability. Then there's Rex, who is not only a soldier like Shepard, but also a biotic, which gives him the power to throw enemies with his mind. But before he can use that power, you must level up. Start off by increasing your warp, which leads to throw, which is the most useful power in the game. But don't forget about barrier. That power is like a shield that can make him nearly indestructible, and that in turn becomes stasis, which allows him to freeze enemies, turning them utterly harmless. Finally, to balance out all this brawn, a bit of brains. Tali. Tali's key skills lie in electronics, so utilize that by leveling up her decryption abilities so you can open up chests to score some loot, which will help you keep your team properly equipped. Keep upping decryption so you can start hacking. That will allow Tali to cause the mechanical enemy to turn on itself. But she's not all books. Up the points so she can survive the gunfights by learning to use both pistols and shotguns. Now keep in mind that your team can be as individualistic as you, but we just figured we'd show you one that's built to kick butt and chew bubblegum. And guess what? The Geth stole all your bubblegum.
Commander Shepard, Captain of the Normandy, first human Spectre, Savior of the Citadel. You're in the presence of a god.
I'd have to agree, because the second installment in BioWare's massive trilogy is divine.
Funny.
I thought so.
Mass Effect 2 resurrects the best parts of the first game: relationship, storytelling, and Shepard, while correcting course on the issues that kept it from being perfect.
I need more than words.
Well, all right then, Dornbush.
Yes, Commander Sessler?
Punch it. As you can see, the combat has gotten a total overhaul. This time around, fighting feels more visceral, more frenetic, more f***ing awesome.
This is gonna be one tough son of a bitch to take down.
Like a shooter, if you can put your reticle on it and pull the trigger, you're gonna put a hole in it.
Enemy down!
The new weapons are badass. Your squad doesn't need you to hold their hand, and your class abilities have gotten upgraded. Thankfully, BioWare's dedication to telling an incredible story hasn't changed. Mass Effect 2 is full of complex characters, developed relationships, and tons of surprises that'll keep you glued to your controller.
What the hell was that?
You'll be getting a new and vastly improved Normandy to fill with crew members from across the galaxy. How loyal they are will have a big impact on the endgame, so you need to gain their trust throughout loyalty missions, which have thankfully replaced the forgettable side quests from the first game. Not only do the loyalty missions flesh out the characters and change the outcome of the final battle, they could get you laid.
Been too long, Ash.
Again. There are so many changes for the good, it's hard to cram them all into the time it takes Shepard to ride an elevator. Changes like no more elevator rides, no more Mako, improved dialogue trees, and researchable upgrades, which leads us to the one uh-oh in the game, the mining.
Launching probe.
Scanning for the materials needed to construct the upgrades isn't fun. There, I said it.
Damn it.
But that's one flaw against changes like a streamlined inventory system, new skill trees, and renegade interrupts that let you end a conversation the way you always wanted to.
You're working too hard.
Just listing what Mass Effect 2 does right doesn't do it justice, because your experience playing will be much more than the sum of its parts, even if the parts look this good. Hey, Dornbush, you pervert. I mean the combat, the story, the characters, not the...
You sound like a pussy.
Well, maybe a little bit of that.
That's the hope.
All of this awesome adds up to Mass Effect 2 getting a 5 out of 5.
Move out.
Mass Effect 2. Look familiar? It should. It was X-Play's Game of the Year for 2010.
Good to see your memory's still intact.
But 2010 is so last year. This is 2011, and PlayStation 3 owners are getting their first shot at the game.
Sounds like a suicide mission to me.
Far from it. Does Mass Effect hold up on the PS3? How extreme is it? First off, Mass Effect, as we said last year, is great. It's still great. One of the best and most original games that's come around in a long, long time. An improvement on the first game in every way possible. Better combat.
Get ready for close combat!
As well as an immersive storyline with well-rounded, fleshed-out characters.
I'd almost pay to see that.
The adventure is still led by the intrepid Commander Shepard.
I'm Commander Shepard, and I need your help.
Shepard is now associating himself with Cerberus, led by the Elusive Man.
Humanity is under attack.
Human colonies are disappearing all over space. Shepard will need a squad to bring the battle to the bad guys. The squad, many of whom will be familiar from the first game, love and support Shepard. It's refreshing. But that loyalty can and will be tested by what happens. You might think that there would be superior graphics on the PS3, but quite honestly, it's pretty much the same as on the Xbox or PC. It's built on the Mass Effect 3 engine, but the story, the combat, the controls, all the same.
But I see everything.
What the PS3 has that other versions didn't have are several of the DLC for Mass Effect 2, such as Overlord.
This is Project Overlord.
And Lair of the Shadow Broker. These extra pieces of Mass Effect goodness were released sporadically throughout 2010, so this isn't new footage, but it's nice to have it all in one package, especially as the DLC prepares us for Mass Effect 3.
How'd you like that?
In a perfect situation, the first Mass Effect would be available for PS3, so owners can get the full picture of the overall adventure. But it's not a perfect world.
You son of a bitch.
Let's get out of here.
It was best game last year, and it might be the best game of 2011 for PS3 owners. In no surprise, the PS3 version of Mass Effect 2 gets a 5 out of 5.
Coming in at number 5 is Joker. If you're going to have a sarcastic pilot on your ship, casting Seth Green as the voice is a very smart call.
Our number 4 pick is Liara, who now has one of the best jobs in the universe, Shadow Broker.
Number 3 is Tally. Is it perverted that I really want to know what's underneath that suit? I'm going to say yes.
Yes. Coming in at number 2 is everyone's favorite Krogan, Rex. I hope you didn't kill him off in part 1. If so, you kind of need to correct that.
But our number 1 Mass Effect character is Mordin. He's a cold-blooded killer, a scientist, and a Gilbert and Sullivan aficionado.
Am I the only one who has a personal problem with Miranda?
You have a deep personal problem with Miranda.
I think it's because I play as a woman, and the way that she speaks to me as a woman, I find deeply disrespectful.
Because is it probably the same audio recordings for the male shepherd?
So she probably sounds like sexy and sassy when she's talking to her male captain. But to me, it as a female, it just feels so disrespectful that I'm like, you need to check yourself. And I don't find you sexy, and I'm not going to sleep with you, so. You got nothing for me. Nothing but sass.
She is like kind of the Lori Petty character from like a 90s movie, so I completely see where you're coming from on that one.
If we're gonna have any chance of surviving this, we have to stand together.
Mass Effect 3 is finally here, and all I can say is, this is how you end a trilogy.
Welcome back, Shepard.
First of all, BioWare does an excellent job of setting the tone, and no moment depicts that better than this. Immediately, you know that a fight like this is going to tear at your heart. That's the beauty of this game. It makes you feel. There's nothing hunky-dory about this war, and every step of the way, you're reminded of this impending apocalyptic doom. That's the way it should be, because each victory, no matter how small, becomes that much sweeter.
I know it looks bad now, but I think we can win this, Shepard.
The Galaxy at War terminal gauges your progress as you accomplish a variety of tasks to prepare everyone for the final fight. These tasks include everything from scanning systems for war assets,
I found something.
going on rescue missions, or completing the main story missions, among other things. If you're a completionist, you should be able to achieve a high enough preparedness rating in one single-player playthrough. If you're not, you can increase the score by playing the game's multiplayer.
Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
Naturally, playing the game with imported saves makes for a much richer experience. However, if you've never played Mass Effect 1 or 2 before, BioWare has thoughtfully constructed a way to experience the series for first-timers, which is good news for everyone. For many who felt the RPG elements were more streamlined in Mass Effect 2, BioWare has introduced much deeper customization options this time around. The new ability trees allow you to further alter your power's behavior. You'll find a variety of armor pieces strewn throughout the game, and better yet, each class can use every weapon and mod them to their liking. Overall, they're excellent improvements that allow you to truly tailor classes to your playstyle. As we all know, Mass Effect 3 is more than just story and customization. There's the action, which we'll cover in Part 2 of our review.
Wouldn't miss this fight for anything.
Oh, crap. Get back!
All right, it's time to lock and load and take the fight straight to the Reapers.
Cavalry's here, gentlemen.
Combat in Mass Effect 3 feels much more visceral, thanks in part to the new melee moves. You'll also find enemy and squad mate AI has improved. Expect tougher fights and better tactical strategies to deal with them.
I could do this all day.
The weapon mods also add some new dimensions to firefights. Ever wished you could shoot your pistol with a scope? Well, now you can. If saving the galaxy on your own isn't enough, there's also the multiplayer. On the whole, it's fun and solidly built. You'll unlock plenty of options for your characters and weapons as you level up. There's also something satisfying about seeing all the classes in front of you working together. The only thing lacking seems to be that the maps don't really offer a robust set of strategic options, such as constructible fortifications or large turrets you can interact with. The multiplayer is good, but its lasting power will depend largely on how well future DLC expands the new mode. Fortunately, Mass Effect 3's single-player campaign tells a story so gripping, it overshadows any foibles the multiplayer might have. On top of that, the reintroduction of deeper RPG elements gives every player a chance to play Shepard as they see fit. It's an amazing conclusion to an epic franchise, and it marks the series as arguably one of the greatest video game trilogies of our generation.
I like that.
Mass Effect 3 gets a resounding 5 out of 5.
We fight or we die.